What if the greatest thing keeping civilization alive is the fact that we're asleep at different times? It sounds backwards. Most people think the world would run better if everyone followed the exact same schedule. One sleep time, one wake-up time, total global synchronization. Perfect, right? But here's the strange part. That idea might create one of the biggest disasters humanity has ever faced. Imagine you're on a first date. A surgeon is in the middle of an operation. A pilot is landing a plane. And suddenly, everyone falls asleep. Not just in your city, not just in your country, every human being on Earth. At the exact same second. Hours later, everyone wakes up together. For the first time in history, humanity shares a single biological clock. At first, it sounds incredible. No more time zone confusion. No more waiting for replies from people on the other side of the planet. Businesses, governments, and entire industries could operate in perfect coordination. A meeting in New York could happen at the exact same working hour as one in Tokyo. Global communication would become effortless. And that's when things changed. Because the more perfect this system appears, the more dangerous it becomes. The Earth has 24 time zones. If everyone sleeps at the same moment, half the planet would be sleeping in daylight while the other half sleeps at night. Some people would wake up to sunshine. Others would wake up to darkness. Every single day, humans can adapt. But adaptation comes at a cost. And that cost is far bigger than most people realize. Because what happens when an entire civilization starts fighting against its own biology? The answer reveals a problem nobody saw coming. At first, the benefits seem almost too good to be true. Everyone is awake together. Everyone works together. Everyone communicates together. Global productivity should explode. But here's the strange part. It doesn't. In fact, it may do the opposite. Half the planet would be forced to work against its natural sleep cycle. Millions would begin their workday when their bodies are begging for sleep. Studies already show that shift workers suffer reduced focus, slower reaction times, and more mistakes. Now imagine billions living that way. Every day, what happens next changes everything. Entire industries begin struggling. Farmers trying to work without sunlight. Construction crews operating in darkness. Landscapers, loggers, and outdoor workers suddenly disconnected from the daylight they depend on. The very jobs that help sustain civilization become less efficient. And that's not even the craziest part. Many people assume the environment would benefit. After all, if everyone sleeps at once, the planet gets 8 peaceful hours every day. No factories, no traffic, no massive energy use. Sounds amazing. Except that's not what actually happens. The pollution doesn't disappear. It gets compressed. Instead of spreading across 24 hours, humanity unleashes nearly all of its activity during the same waking window. Think of the entire world's traffic jams happening at once. The entire world's factories running at once. The entire world's consumption happening at once. Suddenly, those environmental gains begin to vanish. And a much bigger threat starts emerging. A threat hiding inside the human body itself. Because synchronization isn't always harmony. Sometimes it's the beginning of collapse. The biggest danger isn't economic. It isn't environmental. It's biological. And this is where it gets weird. Your body contains an internal clock, a system refined over millions of years. It controls sleep, hormones, alertness, memory, and even your immune system. When that clock is disrupted, consequences appear everywhere. Memory declines. Focus weakens. Stress increases. Vitamin production drops. Mental health suffers. Research has linked long-term disruption of natural sleep cycles to depression, cardiovascular disease, and even certain cancers. Now imagine half of humanity experiencing that disruption permanently. Every generation, every year, every day, the dream of perfect global unity suddenly looks very different. And then comes the ultimate twist. The thing we thought would unite humanity could actually make humanity weaker, less healthy, less productive, less resilient. A world synchronized down to the second sounds efficient. But nature rarely rewards extreme uniformity. Diversity creates stability. Even something as simple as different sleep schedules helps civilization function around the clock. Hospitals stay open. Power systems stay balanced. Emergency services remain active. Someone is always awake. Someone is always watching. Remove that balance, and the entire system becomes fragile. One interruption, one unexpected event, one crisis, and billions could be affected simultaneously. So maybe the real miracle isn't sleeping together. Maybe it's the fact that we don't. Because every night, while you sleep, someone else is keeping the world running. But here's the question nobody can answer. If humanity ever gained the power to synchronize every person on Earth, would we use it? And if we did, would we regret it?